What is up, YouTube? It's your boy Millzy, back with Hometown Commander. We're starting a new fun idea for a series today called Brawl Through Time. We're going to start with the Throne of Eldraine decks that were released for Brawl and work our way forward in chronology to the current time. Now, unfortunately, there's no way for me to play what would have been the Brawl format at the time when the Throne of Eldraine decks were released. So what we're going to do is we're just going to play Historic Brawl on Arena, use all of the cards that are available at the moment, but go set by set, pick a commander, and go for it and build a deck and enjoy some games. This is going to be a pretty laid back series. We'll cut out the fun in between the games, but Alela is our choice for Throne of Eldraine. This is one of my favorite commanders I actually have built, but I think she's a ton of fun and produces a ton of good value. Flying, Death Touch, Lifelink. Other creatures you control flying get +1/+0, so we want to have lots of flying creatures, but most of them are going to be tokens because she says whenever you cast an artifact or enchantment spell, we create a 1/1 blue fairy token, creature token with flying. So the goal is to play a lot of artifacts and enchantments while she's out, get our tokens set up, and push through that kind of value. The other thing we want to do is play a lot of removal. Brawl is a one-on-one format, of course, which means that removal and advantage are very important. So we're playing a lot of removal, a lot of things to gain us that little advantage, and then we're playing some interesting fun things on the top end, but we really want to keep all of our spells down here between 1 and 3 so we can really jam them out each turn, get our value, and press on. So that's the plan. Let's play some Alela in Historic Brawl. So as I said before, Alela is a deck that I have built, or I am in the process of building in paper. It's a ton of fun, although the commander card pool is very different from the Historic Brawl card pool. But the deck still is going to run a different way, with the exception of some of the very cheap things we can do in commander that we can't do in Historic Brawl. All right, we get our first hand. We have a black source, we have a blue source, we have a white source. We have Curse of Silence, which tends to do a pretty good job at slowing other decks down. I do have a turn 3 play with Wedding Announcement if I want to get that moving. Don't have the double white for Hallowed Haunting, but other than that, I think I like this hand. It's not too bad. Unless their first turn is like, land something crazy, I think we're going to toss this Rebirth down tapped for the first turn, and it's not. Just so that way we'd have access to Fateful Absence on turn 2 if something were to happen, we would need it. Otherwise, I think we're going to toss this down, and then turn 2 we're going to Curse of Silence for Minsk. I want to try to push this off as much as possible. Minsk is definitely a start. All right, so we see Outland Liberator come out, which kind of ruins this Curse of Silence plan. I don't see them being able to play Minsk and Boone next turn, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to absence this, even though it feels like it's terrible to absence it. I feel like we have to. And then we'll Curse of Silence next turn. Now, if they dump something else out that destroys, artifacts and enchantments, then, well, we got our answer, right? But I think we need to do this just to push them back just a turn or two. And then we'll go ahead and pass it up. Next turn, I think we'll probably get... See, this is the hard part. I can dump Alela in, but that's pretty much asking for it to get removed. I can start the Wedding Announcement, which makes a lot more sense. Get a few things on board. Yeah, so they get a land off the top. Yeah, Garrett Carpenter hurts, and it's going to start getting them some things off the top. We're in an odd position. My hope is maybe we can... Okay, so we'll get the tower down. Let's get the Wedding Announcement down. And I guess at this point, we can just set up for this Meat Hook. Maybe we can Meat Hook next turn, take out some of these creatures, take out the Harbinger and we wouldn't be able to take out the Gem Raiser. We wouldn't be able to get to 4. They are 1 mana off Minsk, so I'm going to assume they have a land. Yep, there's the land. So they're willing to pay the 3 life for it, which is interesting, and we'll definitely draw the card. We see Chromatic Lantern, okay. So if they put the counters on it... Wait, does it have trample? It does. I'd rather block here. At least we only take 4. I can't think of any way for us to get around... if I go Cold Steel into Chromatic Lantern, that's what, 2, 7, 9, 13. So they definitely have a chance to kill me if I do that. Let's just try putting Alela down. It has Death Touch. It can protect us slightly, I guess. I think, unfortunately, we probably just got outraced out of the game, unfortunately. I kind of wish would saving the Fateful Absence have helped us, maybe, because we could have got the Harbinger with it. So Chandra goes for Alela. So maybe that's a misplay on my part there. Maybe we save the Fateful Absence for Harbinger, but we still leave us in the same position we're in currently. We will, I guess, block again. Next turn we can Meat Hook for 4. It's not going to kill Boo, though. Depending on what they play, it still might be worth it, though. Meat Hooking for 4, gaining a couple life. The problem still is the Boo comes out with haste, and if they can pump it up, I think we still have a bad playline there. I'm just intrigued to see what the plan is. Is there a world where they mutate and try to get rid of a wedding announcement? I guess that's possible. Oh, we see Domri Anarchabolus. Swiftfoot Boots on the Harbinger? Yep. Okay. All right, so we're going to Fable Passage. Doesn't matter. We have multiple black. We have multiple white. I guess we'll go get the white here. I guess we just Meat Hook for 4. It's all I can do. It feels terrible because I don't think it really fixes the problem. But, oh, that's right. With the alchemy changes, we don't actually gain life when our opponent's creatures die. Forgot about that. So that doesn't help us as much as I thought it would. Okay. So, yeah, that probably spells our demise. Yep, that would do it. Goldspan, and then the counters on Goldspan. Okay. Yeah, so they're definitely a matter of pacing, picking the wrong spells, I guess, at the time. I guess probably committing to the Curse of Silence was my problem. But I guess that is what it is, right? That's okay. I mean, to expect to win every game of Arena is a hard expectation already at the moment, but that's okay. I think I trusted my play line, but apparently I got outpaced, and that's fair. I mean, I was playing against probably a true aggro deck at the end of the day. I mean, it's not probably real aggro. It's probably more mid-range than anything else, but I think Alela has a better game when it can set up and push stuff forward. I think that's where I prefer it just a teeny bit more in Commander versus Brawl, is the ability to set your pieces up a little bit better and push in as opposed to always getting targeted by one person. I think the problem with Brawl, in my opinion, the only problem that I have a real tough time with Brawl is how overpowered single target removal is. It can be tough to deal with, but okay, we go first. We have Plowshares, but we don't have any actual way to use it. So I think we got to mull this hand away. Okay, so we got the Storefront, which can go get us a Plains, and I think that's what we got to do. We're going to Storefront for the Plains, and then we'll play Authority of the Consuls next turn. Since the land this turn's got to come in tapped, we can play that Authority of the Consuls next turn. That Garenberg's unfortunately going to come in tap next turn, but that's okay. We still need to get it out of the way, and we'll get the Consuls out of the way. This is going to start gaining us some life and having all their stuff come in tapped. All right, I was really hoping for another piece of mana there, and unfortunately we didn't get it. I think we need to absence this and get it out of the way. I don't want them to get more 1/1s, and then we need to unfortunately just kind of wait at this point. Marwyn comes in tap, we get another life. All right, we see a land. That's great. We'll Aganjo here. Get a plains from the deck. And get ourselves prepped. The cool part about this Aganjo is next turn we could play this for free off the Aganjo. Yep, so that's going to give 2 counters instead of 1. Ouch. Well, it looks like we need to... Yeah, it looks like we probably need to transmute that. Get the ability knocked down. The only bad part here is Marwyn's just going to keep getting counters. Okay. Well, I like this. Let's put this on Marwyn. I know that it's still a 7/7. We can't avoid that. But at least what we did at minimum was stop it from getting more counters. Alela here is just a good blocker. It has Death Touch. I think, unfortunately, we're in a ton of trouble. And we got to figure out what our plan is here. Green, the only true removal green has is Artifact and Enchantment removal and then Fight removal, which Marwyn would be a great target to fight Alela here. But, of course, they're both going to die because of that Death Touch. So I'm intrigued to see what the plan is. The plan is Finale Devastation. They're going for Malisaur Shepherd, maybe. I don't know. I'm not too familiar with the elf play lines. Rexage probably targeting the transmission. That's okay. That makes more sense. It's okay. Alela can still block. Marwyn doesn't have trample. But at least we forced them to find another answer for Authority of the Consuls. I'm sure Finale Devastation would have been better spent in a lot of other ways. Board wipe would be really great. The problem with Meat Hook is I can't even really get pretty high on a Meat Hook at the moment. Not even enough to kill Marwyn by any means. I say the highest Meat Hook I could do, provided I draw a black source, is 3, right? And that's probably not going to do enough. 1, 2, it could hit 3 elves, but probably not enough. So again, I think we get punished by not a bad draw, but unfortunately just a bad play line here. I guess the only thing keeping me alive right now is this Authority of the Consuls. I can't imagine that they can't find more things to play here. Keep going wide. Man, a true board wipe would be great. Vanquish the Hordes, that type of thing. Yeah, I probably would have let the Beast Whisperer go there. It's a pretty bad block on my end. Okay, so I can't Meat Hook here, unfortunately. I don't think Deafening Silence does me any good. We'll do this. It'll at least produce me another creature. We'll do this. It'll at least produce me another creature. And I guess I'll keep... sorry, I don't have an unconditional wash away because I don't have double blue. So I think, unfortunately, I'm just in a really bad situation. At least I can block. Alela still has Death Touch. They haven't proven they have any way around that. So I at least can hold that out for Marwyn or whatever. But the problem at this point is Marwyn's tapping for 15 green mana, which is not good. All right, we see Vivian. We are a, 9 CMC creature away from Craterhoof, which would end the game. Oh, we can see the top card of their library. Defile their Vigor would be bad as well, which they can do now, right? Because if they tap this for 15, Defile their Vigor probably goes deep. Yeah, we'll wash away it since it wasn't from their hand. I don't know how much it truly helps me, but maybe we can get that out of the way. I think Defile their Vigor, we can't let that go. It's going to give them too much value. Way too much value to start putting counters on everything. All right, let's go see what they plan on getting from their library with 3 or less. Allosaurus Shepherd would be my thought. Fierce Empath. Are we going to get Crater Hoof? Because that would be what would make sense. Yep, going to get the Crater Hoof. So I think I have no hope of surviving now. The only good part is that everything is coming in tapped, which will save me slightly, but 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Crater Hoof goes for 11 at the moment. $15, $30, $45, $47. Yeah, I don't know that I see a scenario where we survive this, but let's make the blocks anyway and call it a game. Wow. Okay, so 2 games, 2 bad. I wouldn't call it 2 bad draws, but definitely. I don't know if it's even the play line at this point. I think it's just a bad matchup. Man, that Monogreen Elves deck is good. I mean, you expect Monogreen Elves to be good, Elf Ball and all that good stuff. So let's move on to our next game. A lot of the fun of this series for me is going to be trying new lists out, trying new things, and seeing if any of these decks work in Historic Brawl that I can keep and play on my own time. You know, I don't expect the decks to be perfect. I don't expect to win every game, but it's going to be interesting to try. And Brawl is still very new to me, still learning. So it's cool to see what we can do. Okay, so we have a ton of removal, more or less. So I think I'm content to see what happens here. Joyra is definitely going to be a artifact-based deck. Maybe we can shut Joyra down pretty quickly. Let's do that and get the Arcane Signet down. I don't want to play Deafening Silence yet. Also, because I don't think there's much they can do at the moment. And why hurt them when I don't need to hurt myself? This feels like she just gets removed, but I kind of want to try it. I mean, we're 1 Abrade away from her getting removed, but I also feel like I want to see if they have it. Okay, don't have it. So let's Rafine's Tower tapped. Deafening Silence. Get the token. It shuts us down, but that's fine. It's going to shut them down as well, and we'll swing in for the 2. So at this point, we can still... At this point, we can get rid of that in their turn. So if they play a non-creature spell now, they can't play another one. So my plan for this turn, if they play Joyra, is just to put a Reprobation or something on it. Man, the bad part here is we need to get rid of that Dragonspark reactor. It's just going to continue to cause me trouble. But I don't really have a plan for it at this point. There's nothing I can do until they use it, right? There's nothing I can do until they use it. So I have to just continue to keep doing my own game plan. We'll get in here for some more damage. I mean, we know the Dragonspark reactor is going to go after Alela. That's fairly obvious at this point. So I guess what I'm going to do is try to set up as much value as I can in the meantime. I expect this to get reacted. Yeah, there we go. And that's fine. So unfortunately now, Alela's just a little bit out of our mana range at the moment, but that's okay. We still have flyers. We still have things we can set up. I like favorable winds. This is going to keep pushing us forward. Okay, so now the game plan is going to be hit Joyra when it comes down with Heliod's Punishment or Reprobation and just keep slamming these in. I don't know what else they could have. I don't know what else their plan is, but Dragonspark Reactor really stunk as far as my plan. So they go for the tap Power Stone. All right, Heraldic Banner, we're going to pick blue. and packed a negation. So they packed the Heraldic Banner. That's fine. Let's just keep going after face. We're on a, 3-turn clock at this point? They nuked most of their turn to do that, so I'm intrigued to see what they're going to do now. Tap Power Stone. Stonecoil Serpent for 2. All right, we're going to reprobe the Stonecoil Serpent, which is going to make it lose reach, and then we'll get in again. And then if worst case scenario, we 4, 5, 6, 7. Worst case scenario, or 6. Sorry, we can't vanquish the Horde yet. All right, so we're going to Heliod's Punishment on my turn. Again, I guess there's the scenario it gets countered. Oh, definitely not. Okay, so no flyers in the air. We do have to worry about the Metalwork Colossus, though. So I guess we'll put this on the Metalwork Colossus so it can't attack or block. Get in for 2 more. Now, we do run the risk of them removing this Heliod's Punishment with anything and swinging in for lethal, but we have to. I don't think we really have any other choice. I'm okay with them killing the tokens here because we can just vanquish the Horde. We can't if they kill both, can we? Because it's going to go up to 7 again. Okay. So they're just tapping things to kill. Yep. What do they get in for 5? Have to figure out a way to do any amount of damage to them. So let's see. I think unfortunately again, decent play line. We just got outmatched, unfortunately. Emery. I was gonna say we can vanquish the Horde now, so that was a savior there for them to keep playing things. I do have enough mana to counter it, so I guess I do have to be worried about that. But I mean, if they counter it, then the game was equally as over as it was before. So let's do it. Let's see if that's the playline. See if we can sneak one out. Because what's the playline if we vanquish the Horde? We just vanquished the Horde, right? I mean, I can't play Esper Sentinel. All right, counterspell, we have a chance. No counterspell, we lose. Or counterspell, we lose. No counterspell, we have a chance. Okay, so they are just tapping everything they can in response before Vanquish the Horde goes off, I'm sure. Okay, we get rid of everything. And I'm 1 mana short of being able to do anything with Esper Sentinel. Let's look at this. 5, 6. They probably can find a way to kill me here with this Karn. With the Karn emblem, unfortunately. Platinum Angel comes down. Another Karn. Yeah, I think unfortunately that's probably it. Man, that's killer. We almost got there. Okay. I mean, maybe if we had a few more pieces of removal, maybe if we attacked the Karn instead of attacking face, maybe. I mean, there's the problem with taking a good look at games and deciding, did I do the right thing? Did I do the wrong thing? Is you have to take a look at what you knew in the moment to make those decisions. I think going back, I probably just would have attacked Karn. I forgot about that emblem, and I think that emblem is truly, in all reality, what lost me the game. So maybe next time we kind of know what to do there. So I think at this point we just have to do what we can do. Okay, we have a Delic Tutor. We have ways to get things. We have Narset, but we don't have the 2 blue, and we have Shark Typhoon. This is a good hand. We'll put the Clear Water Pathway down on the blue side. This opens up Fading Hope in case we truly need it. We'll put the Hello back. Oh, we get a good game as well. Interesting. I don't really see the point of using Fading Hope yet, but we'll go ahead and foretell the All Runs Epiphany. They get in for 3. We'll put Hall of Storm Giants down. And I guess worst case scenario, we could Fading Hope this visitor. I just want to see kind of what else the plan is. Yeah, let's go ahead and do it now. Scry 1 for Mirror Maid. I like Mirror Maid, but I don't think it does me very good in this moment. Okay, I would love to just Windmill Slam Alela down, but I think we probably just get it killed. So... Maze Mind Tome? Get a Delic Tutor. Let's try Narset. Let's activate it, see if I can find something good. Love the idea of Void Rend. We don't really have much removal. So I think Void Rend does us a lot of good. Can get rid of Sorin, can get rid of any non-land permanent, which is great. Okay, we're not doing too bad at the moment. Okay, we see a Treasure Vault. So if I slam Alela, I can't do anything else. If I Void Rend, I can also Maze Mind Tome. So let's get rid of Sorin. And we'll play this Maze Mind Tome. And we'll go ahead and scry 1. Good. I think we can use the land here. The plan probably is to Otawara and then Shark Typhoon, I guess. We want to start making these blockers. I would desperately love to Shark Typhoon into an All Runs Epiphany and get a big 7/7 Shark. So Narset's dying here for sure. I mean, we knew that beforehand. But that's okay. It did what we needed it to do. Okay. Let's Shark Typhoon. Kindred Discovery seems pretty good, but... So I think the plan next turn is shock in the Hallowed Fountain, All Runs Epiphany, get the birds, live to fight another day. On the second turn, we Alela, and then see what comes of our draws over the next 2 turns. We're slated to take 12 right now? 13 if they +1 Sorin. 14, 15 if they do the second ability. We see Henny, so that's even worse. So 9, 13, 16 at the moment. That's bad. The only good part about going the Shark Typhoon route there was we'll make enough blockers to keep ourselves alive. I was going to say the only bad part is... the only bad part now is that even though that Shark Typhoon is a 7/7 and we can go wide, we still can't stop Sorin from just bonking us with that ability now. I was going to say, what's my hope? My hope is a board wipe, I guess. Probably exactly a board wipe. Does Hallowed Haunting actually fix my problem? I guess nothing has trample. The 3 damage to any target is kind of bad because that removes my option with Alela to have a Death Touch blocker. So I think what we'll do is just try to get as much value this turn as we can. Go wide on blockers. And I guess we'll kill Sorin. It's at least going to take out the drain me for 3 option, unless they have a response. I assume Riot's holding here is because they can do this blood token. Nothing special. I mean, they have lifelink, of course, but nothing special. No trample, no nothing. If they give any of them, if they give their whole board menace, somehow we're dead. But if they give any one individual creature menace, we're still good. We have 5 blockers. So we have plenty of ways out. We probably idyllic tutor for... Oh, I forgot Sorin is their commander. So they go straight into combat. So let's see. We'll block there. I was going to say, Yahenni has Indestructible. So there's not much I can do there as far as stopping that. Okay, they show us the good game. We gain 2 life. Yahenni gets a bunch of tokens. Intrigued to see what the good game is for. Unless they just think they have it, which they might at this point. I mean, what do I tutor for here? We can idyllic tutor for a Reprobation or a Frogify. Try to lock Yahenni down into not having any of their abilities. They oopsed, which is interesting. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and idyllic tutor. That's going to get us a 3/3 shark. And like I said, I think we go for... like Reprobation. Try to knock this Yahenni down a peg. It gives us another shark. It gives us a spirit. Yeah, oh, when we get it, yeah, I was going to say, I don't even think I can even play Alela, but yeah, so that was, my only hope was lock this down so it doesn't have any ability. It's not indestructible anymore. This gets us a 1/1 spirit, and then this gets us a 2/2 shark, and then we could have attacked Sorin this turn, although that attack probably feels terrible. It's only for 1. But Sorin was at 1 loyalty, so that would have killed it. Yeah, so that would have been our discipline. So, man, it's always good to get a win there, especially when it looked bad for a moment, right? We took a lot of hits. We had to make a lot of bad decisions, but that just kind of goes to show you what sometimes sticking into a game can do for you if you're willing to try and you're willing to see what happens. All right, playing against Solkanar. It's been a while since I've seen Solkanar at den step. Okay. We have Reprobation. We have Village Rites. We have Midnight Clock. We just don't have the 3rd land. But I think we're going to turn 1 Esper Sentinel and just see what happens. Plaza Hero is kind of bad in this situation because it won't actually tap for any colors at the moment, which kind of stinks. But that's okay. I think we can work ourselves around it. Okay, well, that certainly worked out in our favor. Getting an Arcane Signet, I guess there is a chance they counter it, but we now we can Village Rites if they try to kill this Esper Sentinel and draw some cards, which would be good. I think we're honestly about one mana away from just going off. We can get this midnight clock down. That'll give us another mana rock, keep us going. We see a search for Scanta. I will definitely take the draw. All right. Okay. So I don't think I can slam Alela yet. I feel like that's just asking for... Why did it tap the Arcane Signet? Man, I really wish it wouldn't have tapped the Arcane... Oh, I didn't have blue. Never mind, that makes more sense now. I was going to say, why did it have the Arcane Signet? We could have left it up for the Village Rites. But then I just realized we didn't have any blue, so it needed the Arcane Signet to pay the Midnight Clock. Okay, that makes more sense. So if we see Esper Sentinel die here off of removal, I guess it's just collateral damage. It's done us a lot. It's gotten us 2 points of damage in. What do they go after? I mean, I'm happy for them to take Reprobation or the Transmutation, but now, I mean, we've got a ton of removal handy. I just, I want it because I want to, I want to pin that thing down to the ground, not let it use its abilities. But the problem here is that it's still going to get at least one go off. They pick Village Rites, which makes a ton of sense. Stop me from getting the extra card draw. So what, do they have a land in their hand they're not playing? Okay. We have to remember that Wash Away exists in the format. Do we run this into a Wash Away to see if they have it? So we get a hold. Okay, I was going to say that could mean a bunch of things. That could be Fading Hope. That could be... Well, yeah, obviously we want to go back to the hand. I guess there is the bad timeline where they duress me and get rid of Alela, and then Alela could be stuck in the graveyard if I remember the commander rules correctly. And that would stink. That would most definitely stink. We see Isolated Chapel, so we get another land. That's what I thought it was. I thought it was like a Fading Hope or something like that, a 1 mana bounce spell, and I was content to get it bounced back to my hand to know that they have it. Okay, we strike it rich for a treasure. They pay for Esper Sentinel, which is fine. See a Shattering Sanctum. If I do this, I don't think there's anything else I can play, but I'm willing to slam in for the 1 here. At this point, I don't even mind midnight clocking my hand away. As much as I love these pieces of removal, we have yet to see a single creature come down. So unless they're running out Solkanar this turn, which feels terrible on their part. Oh, okay. Solkanar does 3 damage up to 1 target. Okay, so I guess they're hoping for the 3 damage to Alela? Which doesn't, I think, fully fix their problem. Yeah, that's fine with me. I mean, it doesn't really fix your problem. You're going to lose Solkanar, but... Okay. Yeah, that's fine with me. We'll just do this. And then let's Deadly Dispute. Cancel. Why don't we wait on the Deadly Dispute? Because it doesn't make any sense to... It doesn't make any sense to Deadly Dispute when we don't have to. If he blocks a Solkanar again, I'm perfectly fine with that. Yeah, it makes no sense to Deadly Dispute until I absolutely have to. Do it right away if I need to get the treasure and the cards out of Esper Sentinel if they're going to kill it. Especially if they're going to try to remove Reprobation. But I'm interested to see what their plan is here. They knew I had this. They knew I had Kasmina's Transmutation as well. So they knew Solkanar was only going to survive once in the battlefield. Okay, another treasure. That's fine. 3 mana. 3 open mana. Part of me doesn't... So if I do this now, 3, 4, 5, 6... 7, 8, 9. I say if I Deadly Dispute now, I worry that I lose out on some value. Okay. Now I think I'm going to 4, 5, 6. I think I'm going to go ahead and do Alela. All right, so no stick there, not even any stick at all. So we'll try to Deadly Dispute. Get rid of the Esper Sentinel. We have an opening here. Nope. Interesting. Shine Shadow comes in tapped. Let's get the Paladin class down. This makes the most sense, stopping them from trying to play things on our turn. Okay, again, they could have a Fading Hope. They could have something like that. The good thing about that trigger being already on the stack is even if they bounce Alela at that point, we still have the trigger on the stack. Okay, so they Village Rites Solkanar, which makes a ton of sense there. Why are we still sticking? I guess they're trying to see what? Go into a counterspell? Another bounce onto Alela? Destroy Alela. Okay. That's fine. We'll put it in the command zone. Okay, we're what? 1 turn away from, let's see, 10 on our turn, 11 on their turn, 12 on our turn for Midnight Clock. So we have 1 turn left before Midnight Clock. Okay. Well, if they play Solkanar again, 3, 4, 5, 6, they don't have enough mana. I was going to say, if they play Solkanar again, we're just going to remove it from the battlefield. So this is an interesting situation. What do they have here? 4, 5, 6, 7. Again, oh, well, I guess now they have enough. Yeah, that's fine. We trade the fairy token for Solkanar, and then Solkanar becomes 9. And then what do they do from there? Well, I hope they pick something good. All right. So, Fabled Passage. Let's Rite of Oblivion. Sacrificing our fairy. Get Solkanar out of the way. Do I even bother? Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know that I even bother to run that out. Do I have enough mana to make this a creature? What? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Make this into a creature. We'll attack. Is there anything in their graveyard that I want to get back? That I want to get out of here? I guess Village Rites. Hit in for 3. All right, so Fabled so Midnight Clock is going to go off on my turn. It's going to put my entire hand and graveyard into the library and draw me a fresh 7. So that's going to be good. As much as I love Meat Hook, I mean, Meat Hook's clearly not doing me much good in this matchup. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, we see Professor Onyx. Let's do the Fabled Passage now. I guess let's go get blue. We're running pretty low on blue mana sources. Okay. So if they -3, we just sacrifice the Dockside to itself to draw the card. I don't know that I want to do it either. I don't know that I want to do it unless they remove it there, because the problem is this goes off on upkeep. So even if we draw something, we can't use it. So it doesn't make much sense to Dockside there unless we have to. Again, it doesn't make much sense to Dockside unless we have to. We let the Midnight Clock go off here. Put everything back in. The Rite of Oblivion goes back in too. Okay. So let's take a quick stock at where we're at. We'll put Clearwater in on the blue side. Let's Curse of Silence. And I guess I could have played Alela first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. I want Solkanar. We're going to make this even more expensive for them to play. I could have done both. That's kind of a bummer. I wish I would have done that. But that's okay. So can I do this and Paladin class? 1, 2, 3, 4. I can. Make this a creature. I guess there's a possibility that they bounce this here. But so this is going to tip their hand if they have any plan to bounce this or not. Let's find out. They don't. No response. And I was going to say, at the current moment, I could still Dockside Chef if I had to, but as soon as I swing these, I can't. But let's go both at Onyx. We'll get rid of Saloon Division, I guess. I don't really know. There's no cards that, like, you know, there's no, like, Disturb cards or anything like that that they're really going after. So we're just going to pick things away. I'd be really surprised if there's no removal at all. Okay, so they get rid of Dockside Chef. We deal 4 to the Onyx. So now Onyx can only +1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 mana, but Solkanar's 11 at the moment. I have 11 mana, so I can Alela into Heraldic Banner. Cosmos Elixir. Yep, want to gain some of that life. Interesting. Keeping lots of mana up. So much of me wants to just run Alela out here and take advantage of this spot. I do have the wash away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if I go get a blue source here, we could wash away to protect Alela. So I think let's do that. If we don't get any response here, we dump the Heraldic Banner. We're still in, I was going to say, we're still in a slight amount of trouble. But, all right, we live to fight another day. Heraldic Banner can tap for the wash away. I doubt wash away is going to do me any good. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's still 2 mana off Solkanar. I was going to say, Onyx could have... Oh, and then no, Onyx... Onyx could have -3, but I would have got my choice. So, last turn, do we set up the artifacts and attack with Hive Mind? Have the Eye Tyrant? I mean, I guess technically. So 10. My hope is they're going for the Solkanar playline here, because if they are, we can wash away it. So hopefully that's where they're going. We can wash away the Solkanar. And that probably will push the game probably too far in our favor, but let's see. All right, so they're digging. My hope is they're digging for a land, right? So we can go ahead and counter Solkanar. We see a land go in. Maybe do they shock in the backside of the Seagate? Crux of Fate. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, Alela doesn't come back now, unfortunately. At least not for a while, right? 10 mana is a lot of mana. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It would take almost our entire next turn to bring her back. Onyx is at 5. If I animate Hive of the Eye Tyrant, it is 4 at the moment. So that would only get me so far. So what, they drafted the Bolt and then pitched it? Interesting. I still feel like we leave a mana up for the wash away. I feel like that's where they're going for. I guess we could leave 3 mana up for a hard counter with wash away as well. That could also be a playline that gets us somewhere. All right, Hollow Fountain in tapped. Let's Cold Steel Heart. We've got a bunch more blue now. Celestis. This leaves Otawara open. I feel like I should do this. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So we would have 3 mana open. I feel like we should get Professor Onyx off the battlefield. Let's get rid of this time warp so they can't get it back. I feel like maybe I should have attacked phase there, but I'm trying to get this Onyx off the battlefield. I feel like Onyx is such a great planeswalker. It does so much good value. Especially in a deck where you're trying to sling spells. Onyx is one of the best things you can do because it gives you, oh yeah, we're hard countering that. I have to hard counter that. I have no choice. I can only imagine what they're going to do with another turn. Wow. Okay, so we know what this deck is. This is Grixis spell slinging, I guess. I mean, geez, wow. All runs Epiphany and Time Warp. I can only imagine what else they have. See, if this was Commander, I mean, you're worried about Expropriate. You're worried about Jeska's Will, right? There's so many dangerous spells in this color combination with how much mana they have. We get our own Time Warp. Oh, the problem is our own Time Warp doesn't really do us much good. All right, let's Alela and Time Warp and see if we do actually anything good here. I expect this to get countered, but let's find out. I mean, it's our only choice, right? Nope, it goes through. I can't attack. I guess Alela could get bounced or destroyed. If it gets destroyed, then we're in a world of hurt. Does it flip? No, it doesn't flip. So it's still going to be day. I wonder what their response is here. They're going to blink Onyx. That probably makes a ton of sense. Onyx comes back. Onyx comes back with full loyalty, so that makes a ton of sense. Get the Hollowed Hunting down. I really, in all reality, need a way to draw a card. Oh, that glitters. Oh, that glitters is perfect. The question is, does it stick? If they don't counter all that glitters, we may have just come back into this game. All that glitters is, what, 8 or 10 at the moment? Oh, we could have done that, given it double strike. That's okay. This attack is going to hurt. And I want to keep Otawara up to protect Alela, bring it back to my hand if need be. All right, I think I'm content here. We did a bunch of damage, got ourselves a bunch of life back. We can Otawara if need be to pull Alela back to our hand. We can also protect it with Plaza of Heroes. So we've got a couple different protections for Alela. They go after the Hive Tyrant. I think that's fine, as much as I like Hive Tyrant. We'll just go get a basic land. The basic land comes in untapped. So we still will have... We'll still have Otawara protection. We'll still have Plaza of Heroes protection. Decline. We definitely want to keep this Otawara in our hand. The reason I want to keep the channel in my hand is because it's not respondable to. So, does this give it... we'll try to Otawara this back to our hand. That'll mean, unfortunately, we'll have to pitch the Spirit. I'm kind of interested to see if they... Yeah, it means we gotta get one of the fairies, but that's okay. Now, I guess the worst part for me now would be a discard card, right? Making me discard somehow. We've gotten rid of the Hive. They got rid of the Hive of the Eye Tyrant, which would have been really good for me because that would have given me another attacker. All right, so they Solkanar again. We'll draw. We see a Frogify. What are they going to choose to do? 3 damage to the fairy. Okay. So I think we Frogify here, right? We Frogify Solkanar. I really hope we draw something else. Oh, okay. So we Alela. I did not even think about counterspells here, so I really hope they don't counterspell this playline. But we'll dump the Idyllic Tutor out here first, see if that changes their mind. What do I get here? Michiko's would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7 or more enchantments, which we don't. I could see a world where we Banishing Light I could see a world where we Banishing Light the Onyx, and we have enough mana to do both. So maybe that's what we do. I guess there's a world where this gets countered, and we have to be okay if this is the world where this gets countered. We still have the Frogify. We're pushing a bunch of creatures out. Okay, Banishing Light comes in. We get rid of Onyx. We Frogify on Solkanar. All right. And then we swing in for 4. If they block Solkanar, they could cast it next turn. Right? Oh, they left Solkanar in the graveyard. Do they have a way to bring it back? Well, I guess we're in board wipe territory, aren't we? We've pretty much walked ourselves into a board wipe, haven't we? But if not, they're dead. Blood on the Snow. Ah, so that was their plan. Man, do they Seagate Restoration? Is that spell the end? Did they finally get through all of the Oh, another one. That's bad. Man, that might spell the end for us, doesn't it? We can Celestis. We see a key to the archives. Get the key to the archives down. The only bad part is we automatically discard what we draw, don't we? So it doesn't particularly matter. Guess we'll level this up. Man, I think we're dead. I think we just, unfortunately, that Blood on the Snow did it. Man, what a hard-fought game. What a hard-fought game, and we lose to just the resources. So what else could we get there? I can't think of what else we get there that finishes. Like, what else do we tutor for there that fixes that problem? Because otherwise this goes to the graveyard, right? I guess we Banishing Light it instead of the Onyx, but then he just puts it into the command zone. But then I guess Blood on the Snow isn't as good then. Okay. Yeah, so maybe we Banishing Light Solkanar instead of Onyx. But again, that feels weird because Onyx I felt like was clearly going to be the threat because of that drain, right? The lose 2 life, gain 2 life over time is going to be the thing that kills us even if we want to. No, we can't. We don't have a... I don't know that combat research does it, but... It is an enchantment. It gets us a spirit. I feel like we're very far behind. Yep, the wash away does it. Oh, man. What a hard-fought game. Well, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed me playing Alela, Artful Provocateur in Historic Brawl. This has been Brawl Through History for Throne of Eldraine. Next time, it will be Theros Beyond Death, and I'm excited to do that for you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you next time.